Hi, welcome to Techcipe, the Builders channel. Here we give you tech recipes for simple, secure, cost-effective IT. So my name is Sam Mudoi. I want us to work together. Today we're going to discuss domains and DNS. Okay, what is this? Why do you need a domain? What is a DNS? So recently we're working with a company that is doing revenues of like 100 million or 50 to 100 million. That could be you in a year. This is a company that is probably doing revenues of around, say, 5 million to 10 million in a month. Okay. And they register their business, they have a domain, but the emails are still xyzcompany@gmail.com. Why? And they are doing very well. So it could also be that you register the domain, at least for you, you are more serious about it. So you register a domain, but you're not using it effectively. So I want us to go back to the top and think about it. What is a domain? Why do I need a domain? What is all these things? And believe me, it helps your business. One, credibility, collaboration even amongst your team. Because imagine I have to send, I want to talk to the sales guy. He's called Alex. I have to send to alex@gmail.com, right? And tomorrow I'm to talk to, I don't know who. How do we integrate all this collaboration tools with random emails here and there, personal emails? And some of you create very funny emails on Gmail. You know, my girlfriend left me at gmail.com. You guy. So we need to standardize the communication in the office. How do we do that? Using a domain. So what is a domain and where does it come from? Think of a domain. A domain is simply an entry in a global catalog. Now, kitambo, we had the yellow pages. There was a certain very big books. Now, Gen Zs, you will forgive me because even some millennials, you don't know this. But the boomers are like, yay. Anyway, so we had a yellow book where I would register my address, my home address, and if somebody wanted to call me, they would go to that book and look up my number, then get to me. Now, to bring it even closer home, if you want a SIM card, you go to Safaricom, you register yourself as a subscriber, for example. Okay. If you want a SIM card, you go to your favorite mobile network provider, right? And then you ask them, or sometimes they give you a SIM card for free, or you buy a SIM card. Now, this SIM card has a number. What has just happened at that instance is that number has been registered globally. It belongs to you. That is the same thing as a domain. Okay? But what if you don't buy a phone? Will people ever call you? No. So if you decide now to attach this domain to a website, now people can reach on the website. So you can look at it like the domain is a mobile number. The website is the phone that you have actually attached this SIM card to, so people can reach you. All right? However, there are very many other services that people will come to you for. Think about it. People want to send you emails. People want to reach your website. So in this case, we've said you've attached a phone number to your SIM card. But now, on the net, now on the domains spectrum, you can attach so many things to this domain name. So if your domain name was called xyzcompany.com, for example, right? You can have emails, you can have your website. If you have a HR system in-house, you can go to hr.xyzcompany.com. If you have financial management system, you get the point. So how do people get to reach to these domains? Why is it .com, .co.ke and not .kenodia or .alex? Why? Now, if you decide, and that's actually a very good business idea, you might decide that, wait, we do not have a .alex in the world. I want to register a name called, people can be registering, say, my address .alex instead of saying .com. Okay, you go to the one body. There's only one body in the world that holds the directory. It's like that mobile service provider that we've talked about, where you go and buy that SIM card. Now there's one organization in the world that registers all this, holds the directory. It's actually a registrar. Think about it like one body or one person, but it's one body. So what you do is this: you go to this one body and tell them, hey, I have a brilliant idea. I want people to be registering domains with XYZ or whatever their domain .alex. And they'll tell you, very good idea. Now, you need to provide a few documentation, business plan, show the business case, blah, blah, blah. You need also to pay a good amount of money, okay? And then once you pay that amount of money, .alex will be attached to you, okay? What does that mean? Everybody in the world who buys something .alex, you get something. You get a coin from that, wherever they are in the world. So think about it. The person who registered .com, to this day, their children, their children's children, and whoever, they will continue getting something small, even in future, because people will still keep buying .com. Now you're a small business. You will not be small for long, but now you're a small business. So you cannot afford to register at .alex. So what do? You go to a seller. So it's the same thing. You can either go to your mobile service provider, buy the SIM card from them directly, or you can go to that local shop next to you and buy the SIM card. The only difference here is this: the registrar of websites the registrar of domains never sells the domains directly. They always rely on vendors downstream. Okay, so, and this is for many reasons, logistics, trust. There are many reasons that we don't want to get into, but you can never go directly to them and buy the domain. So in this case, you just do a simple Google search, look at register a domain. You will have some pop-ups, and you choose whoever you choose. When you do that Google search, how do you know, let me buy a domain from this guy and not this guy? Number one, this is a fresh space for you, so you do not know who to buy. So always it's good to rely on a friend or an IT guy who may know one or two things. But generally, even for that IT guy, some of the things that you'd be looking for is this registrar needs to be, you're looking for convenience. Think about it this way: all these downstream providers answer to one guy. So essentially, their roadbook is the same. The only thing is the difference in quality of service that they offer. So those are internal things. So for example, if I go to that website, it should be pleasing. The UI should look like people know what they are doing, right? I don't want to be digging for stuff, buried in layers and layers of prompts and stuff like that. You also don't want somebody who will keep pushing a lot of spam and upselling, trying to upsell to you things. The other thing is convenience, payment methods, the convenience to pay. For example, in Kenya, we have mobile. You can integrate with, say, M-Pesa and all that. So this person needs to afford to you many convenient options to pay. The other thing, once you log in, there are things like it's called an EPP code. If you want to transfer this domain, because you can transfer this domain from this person who you bought from to another shop, right? Another domain seller. If you want to transfer, there's a code that you need. Some of these registrars will have you creating a ticket to request for the code, blah blah blah. Some of these others, the code is just there. You just request for it, click a button, request for it, comes to your email, you're able to register. So basically, you're looking at the convenience of your operations. Things like changing a name server, which are things that you do once you buy a domain. They should be things you click, done. You don't have to create a ticket for every single request. So basically, how do you choose a provider? Convenience. You know how to buy a domain, okay? You've purchased your domain, you're ready to roll, you're ready to push your business to the next level. Then you hear another term called DNS. What is DNS? Now, DNS is still domain name service, but what is it actually? Now, remember you said you have bought a SIM card. You've been given a number. Then you've bought a phone. You've attached this phone into, you've put this SIM card into the phone number, right? Then where does the DNS now come in? The DNS actually is like an address. The best analogy let's use the analogy of a house. You have bought a house. This house has a location where you're setting up your business. You've gone and not bought a house, rather, you've got an office. You say, now my office, XYZ company, will be located in Two Rivers Mall, for example, third floor. But nobody knows that is where you are. So what do? You go on Google Map and you pin your location and say, if you're looking for company XYZ, that location will take you to this address. So that is essentially a DNS. A DNS points anybody who is looking for anything about XYZ company to you, to your servers. And we have many DNS records. If you're looking for emails, you will provide that service through something like MX records. If you're looking for a domain, you'll provide that service through what you call an A record. So you'll find A records, MX records, TXT records, CNAMEs, all that. So now you understand that the domain is a business name. The DNS is the address where this business is actually located. Now, we already went through this process. You can check out our other video where we've explained how to acquire the domain, how to actually even connect it to an email so that now people don't reach you via, xyz@gmail.com or xyz at whatever else.com. People actually now reach you at, say, info@xyz.com, for example, having registered xyz.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your many questions online. Keep posting your questions. We will answer them in comments or in form of a video, but please do give your feedback, positive, negative, all that. And if you find this valuable, subscribe to our channel. We will keep bringing you amazing content, amazing educative content. And if you have not yet found it valuable, give it time. It's coming. Yeah.